name is Amberly and I own and run DesertHardt Dairy Goats here in Yuma, Arizona. And for today's video, I'm finally sharing with you the exciting news, the new animals, and all the other things happening here on the farm. But first, we gotta go milk some goats. So let's get into that first.
And now, there's something in the air, and a sparkly shimmer on our skin. Restoring everything within. Oh, dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes.
Alright guys, so first hint as to what our new animal is. They're definitely going through all the milk that my goats are giving us, and I'm loving it because nothing's going to waste. So let's get these made up. So we actually didn't mean, well, I guess we did mean to get these animals. We won them in a silent auction at the Casa Grande show that we attended. By no means did we have intentions on bringing home these animals. Of course, we had a trailer full of goats, so that was a fun experience. But the price was right with everything, with how everything is going as far as food prices in stores and things like that. We just couldn't miss this opportunity. So I'll show you here in just a second. You might be able to hear them. Here they are. What are you doing, guys? What are you doing? Why don't you fill your water buckets? So this solid black body with some broken white, that is Hank. He's a Jersey beef cross. Mr. Carl there, he is a full Holstein dairy cow. Both of them are males, but they are castrated, meaning that they can no longer breed. And we won these two in a silent auction, like I said, at the Casa Grande show. Price was right. You know, not too many people were bidding on them. So we got them fairly cheap, but enough talking, let's get them fed. Alright, so Hank and Carl do still get bottles twice a day, morning and evening. They are supplied with grain and hay, so they're eating those. Bottles are just because they're still young. We're not ready to wean them just yet. Once they are weaned, they are going to go to my sister's pasture, which is 3 acres. And they're going to live out the rest of their big cow lives there, just because my property is a little bit smaller and I don't have room for cows. So I volunteered to bottle raise them for the time being as they're playing back there. So yeah, so we only have a few weeks left with Carl and Hank, but I thought I'd introduce them to you guys. And Saturdays are irrigation day to let little Rumpel out. I say little because I've had him since he was the size of a soda can, but not so little now. He's pushing about 4 years old now. This coming end of July. And Rumpel here usually spends his time with the bucks in the buck pen. He's kind of like their referee. But he definitely enjoys when it's irrigation day. Alright, so it's about that time. I'm going to share with you the exciting news for expanding my herd. I'm not going to stay out here too long because it is hot, and I did wait until probably the hottest part of the day. It's pushing about 116 currently, so we're going to rock my awesome farmer's hat, and let's go show you. So it's just a small, short trip from our property into what I call the scary lot, just because when you do drive by, it's not very pretty to look at, but it does go all the way back there to that fence. It needs some cleaning because it's got some rather large trees on the property, but let me just show you around a bit. So this is the far back end of the property. Right back there, if you look, it's my milking parlor. So it's right next door to our house. It does need a lot of TLC and a lot of cleanup, but we're open for the task. So that's the exciting part with getting this property, is just being able to expand and retain to see what works and doesn't work for my herd. We did get this property on lease agreement, so we don't own it, which is a bummer, but you know, as land costs a ridiculous amount right now, so we're not looking to buy, and we don't even know if this is going to be our forever home. It's just our home right now. We acquired it through family, so of course we're grateful for that. But so we got this through a lease agreement, basically just agreeing that we're going to keep this property clean. We're going to run small livestock, which will be the goats on there, and no permanent infrastructures are going to be on this property, just so if the owner does decide to sell, or something should happen, that it's not going to be much to get everyone off this property. So, but we're still excited, we're still grateful for this opportunity, and we can't wait. I'm hoping to have animals possibly on this property this early fall. We have some equipment being acquired through family members and friends, and so we're excited for that. And it's going to help us get this kickstart for getting this property cleaned up that it so desperately needs. Alright, so before I forget, I did have a couple of comments asking if I would share the results from my last video's milk test. So I did get my papers back in from the lab. I'm still waiting on my official 305 projection paperwork from the processing center, but of course I'll share that with you as well once I get those papers in the next week or two. So without further ado, let me tell you how everyone did. Alright, so for the 24-hour period that they were on milk test, which is morning milking and evening milking, Trouble milked out 3.9 pounds of milk that day. She supplied 4.41% butterfat, 3.6% protein, and I'll put this all on the screen. Casey supplied 1.5 pounds of milk, 5.97% butterfat, and 4.03% protein. Kitty, which she's my experiment goat, let's be honest. Kitty produced 2.4 pounds of milk. She supplied 5.38% for butterfat, 4.12% for protein, and then last but not least is going to be Lady. She supplied 2.2% pounds for milk, 5.7% for butterfat, and 3.79% for protein. 3 of the girls on test, which are Casey, Kitty, and Lady, they are all first fresheners, so this is their first time in milk. It's all super new to them, and this is their first time going through Arizona summer in milk. Trouble, she was a first freshener last year, so this is her second time being in milk, but first time on milk test. I did keep her in milk, I believe, for 272 days last year. Last freshening. I'll have to look back on my records, but I think that's what it was. But this time we are doing the owner sample 40, which means that you keep your does in milk for 240 days if everyone meets requirements by those 8 tests. If not, then you do the full 305 days, which is 10 tests. After those 10 tests, your does need to meet the requirements in all 3 categories, which is volume, butterfat, and protein. If they do that, they will earn their star, their AR star. I believe you have to earn minimum requirements in 2 categories to at least get a star. But we are going for the AR star, the advanced registry star. We are going for that. So we are going to push through for 305 days, even if we meet minimum requirements by 240 days. My other big goal for my herd is probably to have a superior genetics doe. That simply means that she scored high enough in linear appraisal and she performed well for her milk testing that she met the requirements to earn her SG on her pedigree, which is superior genetics. That's a goal. I'm hoping Trouble can do it. If not, you know, at least she'll more than likely earn her star this year by the end of this coming November. We did get a projection date for linear appraisal, so my herd is doing that. Taking 3 does and a buck, getting a buck appraised for a good friend of mine. But we are excited. This is going to be my first year, my herd's first year ever participating in linear appraisal. So I'm eager to see what they have to say about my herd, what I need to correct, what, you know, I need to breed stronger for in my herd, and so on from there. But just wanted to share with you the results. So as further ado, I'm gonna go to the hot sweaty me in the hat that's gonna close out this video. Well guys, I think that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, seeing the new baby cows that we now own, Hank and Carl, learning about expanding our property and expanding our herd, which is going to be exciting. I'm still really new to this YouTube thing, so talking to this camera is still a bit ridiculous for me. I mean, let's be honest. So I'm still getting comfortable with that and getting better content. I need to get better equipment, but we're gonna do what we gotta do to see if this YouTube thing sticks. But I am so grateful for everyone who currently watches my videos and subscribes. You have no idea. And yeah, I hope you guys stick around for this journey to see everything that we have planned. Alright guys, so that's gonna be it for today's video. It's getting pretty warm out here and I've gotta get ready for work. So as always, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, ding the notification bell, and like this video. Definitely gonna have some more content coming out, so just stay tuned for that, and have a great day.